If you want the best looking image out of your phone, you need to have access to all the camera settings that you would on a typical mirrorless cameras. I use Blackmagic Cam app to have access to these settings, and it's free. Shutter speed, apertures, ISOs, and the most underrated, white balance. Keep your shutter speed double your frame rate for the best like eyes natural motion blur. For example, if your frame rate at 24 frames per second, your shutter need to be at 1/48. But sometimes cameras doesn't allow you to be exact. 1/50 works fine. If you shoot at 30 frames per second, your shutter should be at 1/60. For 60 frames per second, your shutter need to be at 1/120, and so on and so forth. Next up, aperture. But don't worry about it. Most camera has a fixed apertures. It's not variable and you cannot change it. Normally, filmmakers keep their cameras at the native ISO for the maximum dynamic range, which in short term, it helps your cameras record at the maximum information in both the shadows and the highlight. Now, each camera's brands and model has their own native ISO spec, so you have to look it up. But in my case, this is shot on the iPhone SE 2nd generation, and I honestly don't even know. But one thing that I absolutely would do is to protect the highlight information. In some circumstances, it's typically more pleasing to not see the shadows compared to not see the highlight. If there is a blown out highlight in your frame, just move it. Last but not least, the white balance. And since the iPhone footage is so compressed, and I'm not talking to those who can record 10-bit logs Apple ProRes 422HQ on their latest iPhone, to do it correctly in the beginning before you even shoot, so that you don't deal with it later in post. It's not worth the hassle. But what worth the hassle though is the story. So work on it first. Also, clean your lens. It will make things so much better. Catch you on the next one.